Welcome to the show. I'm Ryan Gomez.
And I'm John Kapora. Hello.
And we are looking at the top 10 pre-selling cards from Commander 2016.
We've had pre-sellers going on for a long time now, so this data is kind of cool. We're gonna sink our teeth into it right now.
Yes, it feels a little weird because these are like whole decks that you would just buy, but people are picking choice singles out of there.
Yeah.
And the number 10 choice single that they're taking is Atraxa.
The 4/4 Angel. This card that has so many words on it.
Yes, it does a lot. It's a nice build around. It's one of the 4 colors that everyone's so excited about, to have these 4 color legendary creatures. So that's a good one to start the list on.
Right. Absolutely. Number 9 is Plains, and that might seem like a weird thing, but it's Rebecca Guay.
Ah, yes. Okay, so in these decks there are basic lands that you can only get in Commander 2016 decks.
And they're kind of made by classic Magic authors. Kev Walker does some.
Yep, and Rebecca, and yeah, so there's some really good stuff in here. So I expect we'll see some more of these on the list.
Totally.
Number 8. Oh, well, this is interesting. You get a whole deck with this one.
Yeah.
The entropic uprising deck. That's the one that features Yidris.
Yidris is sweet.
Yes.
Yidris is not okay how good that card is. So I'm like starting to get into Commander myself. I look forward to losing to Yidris quite a bit.
Yes. All right. Cool. Number 7, back to single cards now, we've got Selfless Squire.
A monocolor card, which is kind of weird and a kind of 4-color pushed product. But, Selfless Squire is pretty sweet. It prevents damage. It's going to get a bunch of counters. It's going to grow really big. And it's got flash. So, you can just leave mana up. It's going to be really effective in a lot of different kinds of decks.
I was going to ask, is this one that kind of transcends the format? Do you see this being used outside of Commander?
Okay, so it's really tough. Like, I was thinking about this when I was making the list, and it's really tough to say, which of these cards are going to have an impact in Eternal formats, because Paradoxical Outcome saw play in Vintage.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the world is anymore, so I can't really say. But Selfless Squire seems pretty sweet in Commander, like even outside of these precons. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yep. All right. So we'll leave that one there. Number 6, Swamp.
Also by Rebecca Guay. So Liana, who we pied for the
Bristling Hydra
preview, she loves Rebecca Guay. So when she first started, she had this pauper deck that was all Rebecca Guay cards.
I remember.
And it didn't really do anything.
It didn't have many win conditions, if I remember correctly.
Yes, but It was really cool to play against. And once you got it, you're like, oh, this is all by the same. Yeah, it was sweet.
What a beautiful deck.
It was great.
Attack for 12. She was kind of powerless. All right. So the basic lands are great. Number 5, Benefactors Dropped.
Yeah, so this untaps all creatures. Whenever a creature lines up to block, you get to draw a card, and it's a cantrip in itself. So if you want to make a friend, you Benefactors Drop. I mean, it's fine.
Okay, playable. Yeah. All right. Number 4. We're back onto another whole deck here. This one is Invent Superiority.
So this one's the null green one, which means artifacts are coming at ya.
I like this one a lot. I think it's the easiest one to upgrade using components you probably already have on hand from Kaladesh. Because that's in standard, and you've already got great artifacts and cards that care about them to go in there. So it makes sense that this one's near the top of the list.
Number 3 is going to be Ash Barrens. So this is the kind of common land, basic land cycling one. I like this card.
I like it a lot too. It remains to be seen if this is going to do anything for Pauper, because it's common, but we've got to see if it's printed online first. The only way that's going to happen is if this is in like the treasure chests or something, because I don't think they're printing the whole decks for online, so it's going to be kind of a backdoor way to get in there. But if it is, these will be great pickup for Pauper paper.
So this is kind of a Dark Horse Eternal pick for me, just because it lets you get colored mana under a Blood Moon.
Yes, also true. Yep, so good use of that. All right, into the top 2 here. Number 2, another whole deck. This one is Breed Lethality.
This one is the Atraxa deck. Yes. And Atraxa, still a card with a lot of words, all of them good. You're going to be proliferating stuff.
Absolutely, and that is probably my favorite thing to do, just put those +1/+1 counters on stuff, or upping your charge counters, or poison, whatever. There's so many cool ways to make use of her ability. I like it a lot.
All right, number 1. The best-selling thing is the set of 5 decks.
Oh.
Everyone, so you just want to jam these decks against each other?
Yeah.
Join the club.
Can't decide which one's your favorite? Get all 5.
And then just bash them into each other. That sounds great. I mean, that's Sounds pretty smart to me.
We're going to do that here in the office, certainly. Can't wait to tell you all about it.
Woo!
But in the meantime, if you want to pick up any tips or tricks about how to break some of these commanders yourselves, we got that all covered over on Magic.TCGplayer.
On Magic.TCGplayer.com, we've been running a column all week. We highlight every Commander 2016 deck, kind of call out its themes, and then say, okay, so here's some cards you can add to break it in half. And that's what we did all week. So we've got 5 different standalone articles that went up, and you can try to check them all out. Another thing we've got articles by the pros. So we had a Modern Grand Prix last week, a Modern Open this week. So, content. It's great. We sell cards. We buy your cards. It's all good. Stop on over. Magic.TCGplayer.com.
Perfect distraction from things that may be weighing you down this week, just in case there's something you're not quite settled with. Go read some Magic card articles. All right, well, that's it for today for us, though. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye, Internet.